Hello and thank you for tuning into News Today. Without delay, take a look at the headlines first. ISRO keen to be a part of global planetary defense efforts. Kazakhstan hosts 24th Summit of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Center issues scheme guidelines for funding of testing facilities under NGHM. National policy on farmer-producer organizations proposed by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare. DPIIT finalizing a model to launch a producer price index. Strategic planting of energy crops could mitigate biodiversity loss, says study. In our very first news, in a significant move towards global planetary defense, ISRO has expressed its keen interest in studying the asteroid Apophis. This announcement came during an international workshop on Asteroid Day 2024, where the ISRO chairperson revealed plans to observe Apophis when it passes within 32,000 kilometers of Earth in 2029. Let's begin with learning more about asteroid Apophis. Discovered in 2004, it is a near-Earth object that was once considered one of the most hazardous asteroids that could potentially impact our planet. However, a radar observation campaign in March 2021, combined with precise orbit analysis, allowed astronomers to conclude that there is no risk of Apophis impacting our planet for at least a century. If you talk about planetary defense, it is the global effort aimed at protecting Earth from potential impacts by near-Earth objects such as asteroids and comets. It involves multiple strategies including detection, tracking, impact assessment, deflection, etc. Planetary defense holds immense significance. If near-Earth objects' path intersects with that of the Earth's orbit, then depending on their size, speed, angle and impact region, it could threaten billions of lives. Wrapping up, ISRO's initiative joins a series of global planetary defense efforts. NASA's Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, was the first ever mission to demonstrate asteroid deflection by changing on asteroids' motion through kinetic impact. The mission targeted the asteroid Didymos and the moonlet Dimorphos. Another significant project is OSIRIS-Apophis Explorer, or OSIRIS-APEX. This mission, previously known as OSIRIS-REx, successfully collected a sample from asteroid Bennu and has now been redirected to study Apophis. International cooperation in this field is facilitated by organizations like the International Asteroid Warning Network, established in 2013 to coordinate global efforts in detecting, tracking and characterizing near-Earth objects. The European Space Agency has also set up the NEO Coordination Center as a central access point for European near-Earth object data and information. In conclusion, ISRO's participation in these global efforts marks a significant step for India in contributing to planetary defense strategies. By studying Apophis, ISRO aims to gather crucial data that could inform future defense mechanisms and enhance our understanding of near-Earth objects. Ahead in the news, in a significant development for regional cooperation, Kazakhstan's capital Astana recently hosted the 24th Summit of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or SCO. The summit marked a milestone as Belarus became the 10th member to join this influential group. Key outcomes of the summit included the adoption of the Astana Declaration, which underscores the SCO's role in strengthening global peace and shaping a new democratic and economic order. The member states also approved several strategic documents, including a cooperation program to counter terrorism, separatism, and extremism for 2025-27, an anti-drug strategy for 2024-29, and the SCO development strategy until 2035. In a move towards economic collaboration, the summit saw the approval of an Economic Development Strategy Action Plan until 2030, along with strategies for energy cooperation till 2030. Kazakhstan's proposal, the Initiative on World Unity for a Just Peace, Harmony and Development, was endorsed by all member states. This initiative aims to create a multipolar world order, with the United Nations playing a central coordinating role. For India, the SCO Summit holds particular significance. It provides a platform to pursue its Connect Central Asia policy and access vital mineral resources such as Kazakhstan's uranium reserves. The SCO's regional anti-terrorist structure offers India crucial intelligence on terrorist movements and drug trafficking, enhancing its counter-terrorism efforts. Moreover, the energy-rich SEO region is home to 4% of world's natural gas reserves and approximately 3% of oil reserves. SEO could also facilitate the Tapi pipeline. However, India faces challenges within the SEO framework. These include the perception in Western nations of the SEO as an anti-West forum, ongoing conflicts among member nations such as India-Pakistan tensions, and limited engagement with observer states and dialogue partners. Wrapping up, take a quick look at the specifics about SEO. It is a permanent intergovernmental international organization founded in Shanghai in 2001 by Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyz Republic, Russia, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Its current members include India, Iran, Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Russia, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan and Belarus, while Afghanistan and Mongolia have observer status. Its official languages are Russian and Chinese, and lastly, its goal is to strengthen mutual trust, friendship, and neighborly relations among member states, promoting effective cooperation in political, trade, economic, scientific, technical, and cultural spheres. In conclusion, the 24th SEO Summit in Astana has reinforced the organization's commitment to regional cooperation and global stability. As the SEO continues to evolve, it presents both opportunities and challenges for its member states in shaping the geopolitical landscape of Eurasia.
In an important update from the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, which has issued new guidelines under the National Green Hydrogen Mission. These guidelines pertain to the funding of testing facilities, infrastructure, and institutional support for the development of standards and regulatory framework. Transitioning to the key highlights of this scheme, its main objective is to bridge the gap in the existing testing infrastructures for various components of the green hydrogen value chain. The scheme aims to establish new testing facilities and upgrade existing ones to achieve self-sufficiency in testing and certification of green hydrogen. A significant point to note is the timeline for setting up these facilities. The scheme outlines that new testing and certification facilities should be established within 18 months from the date of sanction by the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, while the upgradation of existing facilities should be completed within 12 months. However, it's important to mention that Ministry of New and Renewable Energy retains the authority to retract sanction, cancel or short close projects if the executing agency face delays or fail to comply with the scheme's objectives. Moving on to accessibility, the testing facilities, whether set up or upgraded, will be open to all potential users and shall not be restricted to any one or a group of organizations. The implementing agency for this ambitious project is the National Institute of Solar Energy under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. The budgetary outlay for this scheme is Rs 200 crores until 2025-26, with funding patterns varying between government, which is up to 100%, and non-government entities, which is up to 70%. Now let's delve into the broader context of the National Green Hydrogen Mission. Launched in 2023 and running until 2029-30, the mission's goal is to achieve a green hydrogen production capacity of 5 million metric tons by 2030. The primary objective is to position India as a leading producer and supplier of green hydrogen, thereby reducing the country's dependence on fossil fuel imports by over Rs 1 lakh crore by 2030. Green hydrogen is produced using the electrolysis of water powered by electricity generated from renewable energy sources. In conclusion, the MNRE's new guidelines and the broader National Green Hydrogen Mission signify a substantial step towards sustainable energy and self-sufficiency in India.
Ahead in the news, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare has proposed a groundbreaking national policy on farmer-producer organizations, or FPOs. This policy seeks to consolidate existing FPOs and establish 50,000 new ones, potentially benefiting 2.50 crore farmers across the country. At the heart of this policy are several guiding principles. It calls for a comprehensive assessment of all schemes promoting FPOs, including the 2021 Central Sector Scheme for the formation of 10,000 FPOs. The policy emphasizes an end-to-end value chain approach from production to marketing to boost farmers' incomes. Notably, it proposes to develop FPOs based on the successful three-tier Amul model, focusing on collective business goals, capacity building, and professional management. The policy outlines clear eligibility criteria for FPOs. They must have a minimum of 300 members in most areas, with a reduced requirement of 100 members in the Northeast, hilly regions, and union territories. FPOs need to be registered as legal entities either under the Companies Act of 2013 or under relevant cooperative society laws. Additionally, they must register with the FPO registry portal maintained by the central government. The Department of Agriculture and Farmers' Welfare will serve as a central nodal department responsible for allocating funds for FPO development through the convergence of central government schemes. It will also work towards making institutional loans available to FPOs at lower interest rates. The Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium in New Delhi has been designated as a central nodal agency. Wrapping up, take a quick look at the specifics about FPOs. They are designed to leverage collectives through economies of scale in both production and marketing of agricultural and elite products. Their primary objective is to ensure better income for producers and enhance productivity through efficient, cost-effective, and sustainable resource use. It's worth noting that currently 5,000 FPOs have already registered on the Open Network for Digital Commerce portal for selling the produce online. In conclusion, this policy represents a major move towards empowering India's farmers, potentially transforming the agricultural landscape by promoting collective strength and modern marketing strategies.
In an exciting development, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, or DPIIT, is close to finalizing a model to launch a Producer Price Index, or PPI, in India. This move aims to eventually replace the existing Wholesale Price Index, or WPI, aligning India with most G20 economies and international standards. To give you a bit of background, the government had previously set up a working group led by B.N. Goldar to suggest a methodology and framework for the introduction of PPI in India. So what exactly is the PPI? The Producer Price Index measures the average change in the price a producer receives for goods or services sold in the domestic market or exports. There are two types of PPI: output PPI, which is calculated when goods or services leave the place of production, and input PPI, which is measured when goods or services enter the production process. Now, why is there a need to replace the WPI with the PPI? The WPI has an inbuilt bias due to double or multiple counting of the same product. Additionally, WPI doesn't include exports and imports, and it excludes the service sector, which makes up about 55% of India's GDP. The working group has made some key recommendations. They suggest developing an experimental PPI with the base year 2011-12 and including export and import prices of major items in the PPI basket during this experimental phase. This experimental series may have two separate sets of indices, one with and one without services. They also recommend that the switch from WPI to PPI should be undertaken after the PPI series stabilizes. For context, the Wholesale Price Index measures changes in the prices of goods sold and traded in bulk by wholesale businesses to other businesses. It is published by the Office of Economic Advisor, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, with the base year set as 2011-2012. In conclusion, the move to introduce a Producer Price Index marks a significant step towards improving the accuracy and comprehensiveness of India's economic data. Ahead, we delve into an intriguing study titled Balancing Bioenergy Expansion and Restoration: Global Shifts in Biodiversity Intactness. This study emphasizes that prioritizing degraded or abandoned agricultural land for energy crops offers significant benefits, especially in mitigating biodiversity loss. To understand the study's context, let's first explore bioenergy crops. These are plants specifically grown for producing biomass, which can be converted into energy. Bioenergy crops include energy grasses, oilseeds, and lignocellulosic crops. These crops are classified into three development stages. First-generation crops include sugar crops, starch and oil crops, where energy conversion technologies already exist. Second generation involves switching from food to non-food lignocelluloses like polysaccharide cellulose, with technologies still under development. Third generation focuses on future technologies such as genetically modified crops. However, the production of bioenergy crops comes with challenges. There are land use conflicts and concerns about food security when agricultural land is converted for bioenergy. Additionally, transporting wet biomass from plantation to the production site can be energetically unfavorable and costly. Transitioning to the key findings of the study, researchers used biodiversity data to calculate the Biodiversity Intactness Index, or BII, across different land uses. BII compares the average abundance of native terrestrial species in a region with their abundances before significant human impacts. The study found that planting energy crops in areas with high natural vegetation and high Biodiversity Intactness Index would substantially reduce Biodiversity Intactness Index. In India, several initiatives support bioenergy. The National Bioenergy Program, spearheaded by the Union Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, comprises three sub-schemes. The Waste to Energy program focuses on energy from urban, industrial, and agricultural waste and residues. The Biomass program supports manufacturing briquettes and pellets and promote biomass-based cogeneration in industries. Lastly, the Biogas program is dedicated to setting up biogas plants. In conclusion, the strategic planting of energy crops on degraded or abandoned lands can significantly benefit biodiversity while contributing to energy production. Today's personality in the news is Pingali Venkayya, a renowned freedom fighter remembered on his death anniversary, commemorated on July 4th. Born in the Krishna district of Andhra Pradesh, Venkayya was a staunch believer in Gandhian principles and an ardent nationalist. Exploring his key contributions, Venkayya served as a soldier in the British Army in South Africa during the Anglo-Boer War. Most notably, he designed the Indian national flag at the request of Mahatma Gandhi. He also participated in various movements, including the Swadeshi Andolan under Gandhi's leadership. In 2022, Tiranga Utsav was celebrated on the occasion of his 146th birthday to honor his contributions. His most notable literary work, Bharat Deshaniki Oka Jatya Patakam, was published in 1916. Through his remarkable actions, Pingali Venkayya exemplified the values of courage, nationalism, patriotism, and dedication.
As we conclude today's main news, let's take a look at some quick updates. Union Minister of State for Science and Technology unveiled the results of 15th round of Australia-India Strategic Research Fund. Established in 2006, it is a platform for bilateral collaboration in science, jointly managed and funded by India and Australia. Chief Justice of India has advocated for more Securities Appellate Tribunal benches in view of rapid growth in market and increased volume of financial transactions. It is a statutory body under SEBI Act 1992. SEBI has amended regulations to allow equity-oriented exchange-traded funds and index funds to invest more in the listed securities of their sponsors' group companies. ETFs are marketable securities that track an index, a commodity, bonds, or a basket of assets like an index fund. Recent volatility in stablecoin market has raised concerns about stability and reliability of these digital assets. It is a type of cryptocurrency whose value is pegged to another asset to maintain a stable price. Japan has issued new yen banknotes packed with 3D hologram technology to fight counterfeiting. Holograms' intricate patterns and properties make them difficult to duplicate completely, which deters counterfeiters. Ministry of Defense sanctioned over Rs 300 crore through its TDF to enhance capabilities in cutting-edge technology and promote Atmanirbharta in defense. It is a flagship program of Ministry of Defense executed by DRDO under Make in India initiative. Global India AI Summit 2024 hosted by India was recently concluded. India emphasized on democratizing AI and making it accessible to all. India is set to carry out trials for US-made Stryker infantry combat vehicles in Ladakh and deserts. It is a family of 8-wheel drive combat armored ICV. It has been built by General Dynamics Land Systems Division in the US. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Knowledge. We appreciate your company. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and for the PDF version, visit the links in the description below.